So, I'm on here to make this video in regards to just some experiences I've had, for years, but in general, just things that have been really getting on my last nerve with the way people are now and just how things are and what they're thinking is okay. And usually I let things go, but it's just ridiculous to me, all the things that I've seen lately. It gets worse. For example, what I'm talking about is just people in general having the audacity to sit here and argue about things when they're dead wrong, when they're doing things that are absolutely wrong. There's no right about it, but they want to argue that somehow what they're doing is right. And they will all get together and condone behavior and actions that are inexcusable. In my opinion, they're inexcusable. For example, I signed up for this gym, and they made all these ridiculous promises about, I would have this and I would have that, and they offered some personal training or whatever, and so I was going to try it out, see what I could learn. And the people were completely unreliable. I had this person who was supposed to be assigned as my personal trainer. They were constantly calling out because if they had a client that would call out, or they would have a couple of clients that would call out, somehow they wouldn't show up for my session, though I was paying for this service. And eventually I just said, you know what? I'm canceling this because you people pretty much suck. And you can't be held accountable for what you promised here. And I'm showing up and I'm doing what I'm supposed to, and you're not. And so I got a smart aleck response that somehow I'm supposed to text this personal trainer to let her know that I was there. I was physically there. Everyone could see that I was physically there at the time that was agreed upon for these sessions. But I'm supposed to text you to show up for your own job. Does that make sense? I told the girl, I said, I'm done with these sessions. I only have about 4 more, and I'm not real impressed with you. I'm not really impressed with what I've experienced here. And then I get a smart aleck response. Well, I kind of figured you'd do that. And the fact that the reason why I didn't show up is because you didn't text me. I don't need to text you to show up to your own job you're paid to do. This company is supposed to make you responsible for showing up for your sessions. This is an open gym. It's not like anybody's hidden in there. Are you kidding me? Who are you to talk to me that way? But you know what? I didn't respond. I let it go. But it's amazing what people think is okay. So this same gym that this membership was supposed to be canceled like months prior, I get a notification that I'm charged another membership fee. So I'm going, what is this? It was supposed to be canceled after this contract. So then I call this gym, and somehow the manager is not available, and I wasn't impressed with them to begin with. And so I go in and I'm like, what is your deal? And why are you still charging me? I haven't been here in months. Then I get the song and dance. Oh, we'll go ahead and refund you for the months that you weren't supposed to be charged. It's just an auto renew. Well, I didn't sign up for an auto renew, and nor did I ask for one. And I sure as hell don't want one. Not after the experience with you. That's not what I said. That's just what I thought. And I said, I'm not interested in your gym. I haven't been here in months, and I'd appreciate it if you cancel it and give me my money back. So I was supposed to get a refund 2 weeks ago. It's been 2.5, almost 3 weeks since I spoke to this idiot. And do I have a refund? No. And I've got a feeling I'm probably going to have to go in there and say, hey, is there a reason why this is not canceled and refunded? People don't have any integrity and then act like as if, well, I don't really understand why you would be upset because I'm a dick. I'm a dick, but I cannot even fathom you being so upset that I am an outright dick. And I did something very wrong, but I'm just appalled that you're upset about that. Does that make sense? And that's not the only experience. I just had, somebody at work that, and I got a frou-frou here. somebody at work that took their car into an auto shop, and they knew this person that worked at this auto shop to fix their door on their car. These people took her car in, and she was supposed to have 3 days, and then they were supposed to have this door fixed. She goes there. Oh, we don't have the door fixed. We submitted a claim to your insurance. She didn't ask them to submit a claim to the insurance. It wasn't due to an accident. She just ended up hitting her door into something, and that's why her door was messed up. And she looked at him and she's like, why would you not call me for approval, first of all? And second of all, I specifically told you that I took these amount of days off so that I could get this door fixed. So why would you lie and say it's going to be fixed in this period of time, and that it was going to be this dollar amount, and this is what we agreed upon, and somehow now it's a different story? So she had to go down there and pretty much lay into them. And this woman is somebody who is local, and she knows these people, and she knows this particular person that works there. And they basically tried to submit a claim that would get them an extra $500 for her insurance to pay for it, because they're shysters. And she knows these people, and she basically called them out on what they were doing. And now she's got to take her car back in. They're going to take 7 days to fix her car, but they agreed to pay for a rental car for her because they knew what they did was wrong. They submitted a claim without her permission. They tried to get additional money because they are greedy and they're shady. So that's another example. Another example that's recently happened is my mom went to a local salon. I've never been there. I don't know anything about it. I don't really let anybody touch my hair because I know how people are. They're very incompetent. And there are a lot of women, if they have some kind of an attitude, they'll go ahead and mess your hair up just out of spite. And I've had plenty of bad experiences with salons, so I can't ever recommend a place because I've had so many bad experiences with people in the past touching my hair. This is why I have a one specific person I go to. But she goes and she gets her hair trimmed. Her hair is this long, so it is at shoulder length, so it is about right here. She comes home in tears, and this woman has cut her hair up to here. My mom has curly hair, and she has thick hair. She asked her to cut it from here to here so that the ends would be trimmed. Not 5 and 6 inches to where she looks like she's got a bob, and it almost looks like she has a man's haircut. So I get in my car and I go over there because I'm going to be laying into somebody for how they did her. And of course they weren't there. So I said, okay, well then I'm going to get on Google and I'm going to get on every other place I can to let people know, do not go to this place because they are doing this out of spite. And I noticed that people where I live at, they have these nasty little redneck women that are here. They have nasty little redneck men too, but there is this nasty little attitude that they have around here, and you never know when you're going to run into somebody like this. It's like a combination of people that are not from here, and then you have another set of kind of people that just have this nasty redneck mentality that if you're not from there, they don't like you. They're prejudiced against people who haven't lived here from the day they were born and on. I don't know what their deal is, but I've experienced that. So then I get on Facebook, and I'm not cursing anyone. I'm just showing a picture of what took place, which I'll post the picture, or I'll try to post the picture here to show you what her hair looks like. It looks like a botch job. And now we have to go get her a wig so that it can grow out. She's traumatized because she has beautiful hair and they cut it all off. So I get on Facebook and I said, you know, this place has a lot of nerve to sit here and hire somebody who has no idea what they're doing, nor do they care, and they just basically gave her a botch job and acted like it was fine and dandy and there was no problem with them. And the whole time my mom was telling me she wouldn't wet her hair, she wouldn't do anything, she would just argue with her about what she wanted. And then on top of it, cutting 6 inches when she asked her to cut an inch off for a trim, and basically cut it right to here. And her hair was down to here. So I get on Facebook and I tell them, this is unacceptable behavior. This is unacceptable, period. This woman shouldn't even have a beautician's license for the spite that she is. And I basically called her out and called out this beauty shop for hiring somebody like that, because you don't do that to people. I don't care what your problem is. You need to grow up. And so I put something on there that basically said this was unacceptable and that they need to answer for it, and that if anybody else were to go there, don't, because they would basically ruin their hair and they don't care about their clients. I didn't say a curse word or anything. These people get on this Facebook and start telling me, well, you don't need to bash local companies. It's like, okay, let me give you an example. I'm sitting in my car right now. So if I'm looking straight ahead and someone murders someone right in front of me, and I put a video on there and I say, what the hell is going on? Why did this person murder this person? And I'm basically telling people, don't go in this local area because someone murdered somebody. Well, don't bash the murderer. Who are you to bash the murderer? It's a murderer. Are you telling me that they're right for doing what they are doing? So the woman chops off all her hair. Well, don't bash her. Are you out of your mind? I'm telling people not to go there so that they don't have their hair ruined. If you have a problem with people being honest, stick it up your butt. I don't understand what is wrong with society. It's like, you can't tell me that I'm wrong about anything, because I will lay into you and I'll make sure that I make your life a living hell, because I can't be an adult and be told I'm wrong at all. So if I murder somebody, you're supposed to be okay with it. If I cheat you, you're supposed to be okay with it. Whatever I do is just dandy and fine, and you're not supposed to say anything negative about it. Well, I got news for you, Sally Sue. That ain't how that works. And I'm tired of this generation thinking they can just say and do whatever the hell they want to, and you're not supposed to say anything in regards to that. I'm the kind of person, I don't care if I am gaining your favor. I'm going to tell you like it is. Now, there are settings where you just don't say things because you've got idiots like what I'm explaining who can't handle the truth, and you're dealing with a fool, and to sit there and argue with a fool is foolish. But in other situations, there are times that it is necessary to speak up on whatever is going on, and people need to close their mouth and listen, and quit telling other people that they shouldn't be telling them that, or they shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. Is anybody on here bossing you around, telling you what you can and cannot say? And you're over here bashing people and telling them that they should be ashamed for basically calling out somebody who did something wrong. If you're doing something wrong, you're doing something wrong. I don't know why people think that they're right. Just like I said, if someone was out here murdering somebody right in front of me and I took a video of it or I took a picture of it and I said, look at what just happened. Well, don't bash the murderer. You're an idiot. What is wrong with you? I don't get people. I ended up deleting the Facebook post that I made about the salon because it's not about I'm afraid of these people. It's that I could see the stupidity I'm dealing with, the ignorance I'm dealing with, the prejudice I'm dealing with, because this woman had owned this business for years. Well, you know what? Just because you own a business for years, just because you grew up somewhere, does not mean you are a decent human being. It doesn't mean that you're good at your job. It doesn't mean you're a decent human being. It doesn't mean anything. I don't care if you exist. If what you're doing is wrong, it's wrong, and I'm tired of people calling things that are wrong right. It's like, let me basically exhibit unacceptable behavior and words, and then whenever I'm called out for doing what is wrong, oh, I'm going to give you hell for basically telling me that I need to straighten up and I need to basically answer for what I did. That's a problem. That's narcissism that basically says, I can do and say whatever I want and you must take the abuse. That's ridiculous. We live in a society that needs to be told that they're wrong. They're not wrong all the time, but when you're wrong, you're wrong. And we need to quit being afraid of offending people. Well, you know what? It's offensive to me that I have to deal with childish, grown people who can't take the truth. Nobody is right all the time. Nobody is in the right all the time. And I don't know where people get off being the way that they are, sitting there telling you what you need to do. I'm sorry, get you a mirror and look in it long and hard. Because you're not going to tell me what I can and cannot say or what I can and cannot do. If you're wrong, and somebody should be able to tell you that, and you should be able, as an adult, to take some constructive criticism when you are wrong. We are all learning and we are all growing, but to sit here and get offended because someone told you you're wrong about something you were clearly wrong about, that is an issue. I could go on and on about situations that I've dealt with people where they were clearly in the wrong. I'll give you another example. When I first moved to where I'm at now, I rented an office from this real estate agent that was local to this town and knew everybody. I gave her $600 for rent and $600 for a deposit. I was there, I want to say about a year, because that was the contract. And I ended up finding a place that was closer where I didn't have to drive all the way out to this location. The reason why I rented it is because I had no internet access where I was at because of no build out at that point. And so I found a place that was more affordable and it was closer to where I was at. So I was going to rent another office, and I gave her a month's notice that I would be leaving. I cleaned that entire office from top to bottom. There wasn't a scratch or nothing wrong with it. I sent her pictures and I called her prior to me moving out, and I called her on the day that I moved out. She would not answer the phone. She would not text me back. She just somehow pretended to disappear. So I left the key there. I sent her pictures of how I cleaned it, and I let her know that I was looking for my deposit. Well, what do you know? She never called and she never texted me back about that deposit that she clearly owed me. And I gave her the notice she asked for, and I did everything I was supposed to, and she kept my deposit. I get a text maybe 2 months later. Where did you go? I really miss you around this office. Lady, you just ripped me off for $600. And you have the audacity to text me and ask me where I'm at and that you miss me. Have you lost your damn mind? I didn't text this woman back. I actually blocked her. And I should have put a review on there that said, don't buy any real estate, because she's basically, if she's going to cheat me out of my deposit, she'll cheat you on your house. I should have done that, but I didn't, because I was going through too much at the time and I didn't have time for drama. But this is what I'm talking about. It's like, let me disregard the fact that I've completely screwed you over and I've done wrong, and we'll just pretend it never happened. Oh, hell no, we're going to let you know what happened here. She knew what she did, and she knew she was in the wrong, but that's what gets me. That's what gets me riled up. I'm not interested in winning favor with anybody. I'm not interested in being anyone's best friend and kissing up to them and getting a bunch of favor from people. I am interested in the truth. And I am one of those people. I'm going to tell it like it is. And if you don't like it, that's just too bad. You can get out of my space, because I don't have time for people who are fake, who lie, who cheat, who screw people over, and then have the audacity to say, there's nothing wrong with me. I don't have anything to answer for. My conscience is clean. You must have the problem. No, you have a problem. It's called narcissism, and someone needs to beat the crap out of you or do something to smack you upside the head and to beat some sense into your head. I don't know what is wrong with people and how they're being raised, but I'm telling you, people that I'm talking about, it's not just a Gen Z. It's not just a young generation. I've had people who were from all generations do things. I've had people, I'll give you another example. When my family and I were building a house, we were living in a temporary place and we were renting a lot from someone. And it was like this public place that you could go to that this individual owned, and it was just multiple lots, and people sometimes they would just rent it for the weekend. Some of them rented by the month. Well, they wouldn't fix their septic tank and they wouldn't fix their water, and this situation had been going on for a while because we knew somebody who lived in that particular park with all these different lots that were being rented out to people, that they had this problem every year that they had been there, and it had been going on for years. So these people did not want to spend the money to maintain this place, and they were having their septics back up. Now, there were people putting items down there like, baby wipes that wasn't supposed to be down there, but there were issues beyond that there were septic tanks that were, they were years old. This place had not been maintained at all. They had not fixed anything. This man was greedy as could be. He would not fix anything, and then he would rant and rave when he would have to call somebody out there and make a repair. And he kept having people come in and out on a weekend basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis. And when you have that many people straining on your stuff, there's going to need repairs. There's no way out of that. If you're going to own something like that, you should expect repairs. And if you don't want repairs, don't own the place. That's all I can tell you. But anyway, this man would not fix anything. And we just happened to be parked in a place where that specific septic tank was not operating correctly, because there was 3 different septic tanks, and I guess the one we were hooked up on was the worst one. Well, we used toilet paper that was extra dissolvable. We didn't use paper towels. We didn't use anything out of the ordinary. This nasty, hateful man that was staying like 2 doors down accused us of using paper towels. And I'm like, I'm sorry, do you own this park? And are you looking in my toilet to see what I use? And we're not the ones who ruined this septic. There was a problem before we got here. This was just some hateful old man, and we just happened to be between that idiot, the old, nasty, hateful man, and then us. We just happened to be the only couple of people that were there at that period of time after a bunch of people had just left. Because, like I said, this place was rented out weekly, daily, whatever. And so we were staying there monthly trying to get this house built. So this man caused us so many issues that this woman that was in the office running it for the basically cheapskate who was owning this place and wouldn't make repairs, they harassed us to the point where they put my mom in tears, and then I had to leave work one day, figure out a place to go somewhere else temporarily until we could have this house built, just to get away from these people, because they were like demonic, sitting here accusing people of causing their septic issues. The septic issue was there. You didn't repair it when it needed to be repaired. You didn't replace what needed to be replaced. That's why you have the problem. It has nothing to do with anybody else that was in that park. But I got pissed off and I got tired of being harassed by these morons. And again, these were local redneck people that I'm referring to who just wanted to harass us because we weren't from here. They just happen to be those kinds. I don't know why that seems to be a common theme, but it is here. Anyway, I ended up having, on a day's notice, finding somebody else who had a place for us to go. They owned their own personal property, and we were able to move on to their lot, an extra lot that they had, where we could use their water, their septic, and all that. We were staying in an RV at the time. And so I packed up everything, and I basically let them know what a piece of crap I thought that they were. But that's what I'm getting. They want to shake the finger at you, and they want to tell you that you've done something, or they want to try to take something out on you that's got not a thing to do with you. Or they want to try to shame you or harass you for telling the truth because they can't handle it. You need to grow up. You need to start understanding that people can say whatever they feel like, and if the truth needs to come out, it needs to come out. I've had enough with people thinking that they can just bully you into basically kissing their behind. I'm not into kissing behind, never have, never will be, and I don't care if that does not earn me popularity. I would rather tell them exactly like it is and have a clear conscience and know that what I said was exactly what I needed to say. I don't know where people have the audacity to sit here and try to bully people into trying to bow down to people who are not worthy of worship. They're not a king, they're not a queen, they're not worthy of worship. But yet they want to act as if you shouldn't say anything against them at all, even if it is constructive criticism. You need to grow up. I've just had it with people. Lately, I have had it with people who think that they can just do as they please, and you're just supposed to sit there and say, well, I guess that's just how it is. No. We need to start speaking out and saying what needs to be said in a tactful way and say, if you don't like it, too damn bad. People need to grow up and learn that you need some constructive criticism and you need your ego kicked down a little bit when it needs it. People do not need to be worshipped. They do not need to be babied. They do not need to be pampered. They need the truth. And if they don't like it, that's tough, because a lot of times you aren't going to like the truth. It is not pretty. It is not feeling good. It is the truth, and it is what people need to say. People are too worried about popularity contests, and they'll figure, well, goodness, if I tell the truth, I won't be liked. You aren't going to be liked if you kiss up to these people. They don't like you. They don't care about you. You won't be liked either way. They might pretend, but they ain't going to like you, not really. I would rather be authentic and for you to think that I'm the devil for telling the truth than to have this fake back and forth that I care nothing about. That goes to my next example. I had this woman at work, and I've observed her for quite a while. I don't say anything, I've just observed. I observe people's behavior, and that's usually where I get myself in trouble, is by observing people and the rotten way that they are and basically calling it out. Well, this particular woman I didn't call out, but I can see this ridiculous behavior that is occurring, and it's manipulative. This woman is constantly calling out for anything and everything. She got a headache, she's got a foot ache, she's got a whatever ache that somehow it causes her to not be able to get out of bed and go to work. And she's constantly calling out of work over something. Well, in regards to that, I really don't respect people who can't show up to their job. Not only that, I've seen her basically, she has this inauthentic, I don't like these kind of people where it's like they are trying to be overly nice and they're trying to get you to like them. I don't like that manipulative behavior. There's a difference between being authentic and being kind and being real, and then there's this fake nice BS that people try to exhibit so that people will have to like them. And I don't like that. I don't like that manipulative behavior. I've seen her basically kiss up to people and say what she thought that they wanted her to say so she would like them. Stuff like that. And then doing that in order to get away with calling out of work. And then everybody that would, basically talk about her would say, she's so sweet. Really, she's so sweet. You can't see this manipulative behavior that somehow Sally Sue over here is out of work about, 3 times a week, and that's not a problem. She's basically being manipulative, but she's so sweet. I don't think so. So I just basically don't talk to this woman because I don't work directly with her. I just know somebody that I basically talk to every day when she's there, and she works with her, and she's basically told me what goes on and that she's out of work every day. And I was like, well, whatever. So I'm walking down the hall. I don't have anything to say to this woman, because if you're constantly trying to manipulate somebody to get what you want, which is basically she wants to be able to call out of work anytime that she feels like it, which is why she tries to be nice and do all this fake persona, I don't have respect for you. If you're fake and you're manipulative, that's going to be a no for me. So I don't have anything to do with this female, and I don't want anything to do with her. I want her to stay far away. So I'm walking down the hall, and I just happen to pass her. And I'm looking for my friend, who basically tells the truth, and nobody likes her. So I'm walking down the hall, and this woman who I'm talking about, who has this fake nice persona that I can't stand it. I can't tolerate it. It makes me sick. She jumps in front of me and tries to be playful, and she goes, "You better speak to me whenever you pass me." And I paused for about 5 minutes, and I looked her dead in the face and said, "Hi." And then I walked past her. Like, I'm sorry. The reason why I don't say hi to you or acknowledge you is because you don't fool me. And we ain't going to be friends. And I really don't want anything to do with you because you're not authentic, you're manipulative. And it's quite disgusting, to say the least. So she does that, and I look at her because I'm in shock. I'm like, are we doing this now? I didn't say that, but in my brain I'm going, is this happening? Really? So, anyway, she comes and does that, and I'm like, hi. Why do you need me to say hello to you? What's so important about that? I didn't say that, but that's what I'm sitting here thinking. But I'm like, you can't manipulate me because I know who you are. And it ain't going to change because I'm not going to change my behavior and to sacrifice my authenticity to pretend with you. That's going to be a no for me. Thanks, Linda, but no. I don't know what is wrong with people anymore. I just don't. It's like, I'm manipulative. I'm fake as could be. There's nothing real about me. But I need you to pretend that I'm the most wonderful thing on earth. Well, I got news for you. Here's a card to a therapist so you can get diagnosed for your narcissism, because obviously there isn't a thing you do wrong and you are just sunshine and roses, and if Jesus were to come down from heaven right now, he'd just call you perfect, wouldn't he? No, he wouldn't. It's one thing if people mess up because we're all imperfect, but it's another thing to act like you are perfect and you have a God complex and that you can never be in the wrong. That's what I cannot deal with, is just people who think that they are just, it's like, everybody poops and it stinks. And for you to sit here and say, well, mine don't. Yeah, it does. I just don't have the tolerance for people anymore. So if people are trying to make you feel like as if you are less than, or as if you should, sacrifice your authenticity to tell them that they're wonderful, if they're sitting here trying to basically punish you in different manipulative, passive ways, trying to tell you that you can't say this and you can't do it, no. They need to be told that they're wrong. If you're wrong, you're wrong, and I don't care who doesn't like it. There's too many people that are worried about being liked, and there's not enough people worried about being honest. I am the most honest person that I know. And a lot of times the things I think in my head, I don't say. But now I'm getting tired of people who think that they can bully you into basically not allowing you to say what the truth is, and you can still be tactful, and they will attack you for telling them the truth. I'm sitting here trying to tell somebody, don't go to this salon because your hair will be ruined.
Well, you shouldn't bash a company like that.
Okay, well then get your head shaved off, and whenever you come back and you say, they shaved my head, don't be crying to me about it. I tried to save you from this disaster and you just wanted to walk into it. It's like, okay, let's put it this way. The movie Saw. The movie Saw, basically these people have to go through these horrific things in order to get free from this place. And really this man is not going to let them get free without them dying because the horrific things they have to go through. It's like telling somebody, hey, don't go in there, or don't do this, or don't go there. You're going to get hurt.
Well, who are you to tell me that?
Well, then you can go ahead and die. Bye. When you're trapped and your foot's cut off and your neck is cut off, don't come crying to me. You won't be able to. But that's what I'm talking about. You could literally be like, hey, there's something wrong here.
Well, don't tell me that.
Well, what would you like me to tell you? Because I'm not going to sit here and lie to you to please you. There's something wrong with you. This is not Disneyland. This is life. And if you can't take the good with the bad, that's a problem. I don't walk around here with people telling me I'm wonderful all the time and that I'm right all the time. And I'm not looking for them to. I don't want people being inauthentic with me. But it's amazing how people just want to walk around here plastic as could be, fake as could be, inauthentic as could be, wrong as could be. And they're just like, I'm so wonderful. No, you're not. No. See, you need to go to a psyche ward, and some rewiring in that head of yours needs to be done. People will sit there and jump on the bandwagon and try to bully people or try to cut somebody down who's right. They're honest and they're trying to tell somebody else. You'll have one person tell the truth, and then you'll have 15 people up here and go,
who are you to say that?
Well, who the hell are you to say what you're saying? And you're not even right. You're just stupid. You look stupid. And to sit here and say what you're saying is stupid. All of you are stupid. People are just dumb. I don't have a tolerance for people anymore. I stay home most times because I can't take people. You walk into a store, like I was shopping for clothes the other day. People just trying to walk all on top of you. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know you like that. Back the hell off. Do not walk all over me and get in my personal space. It's like people do not have any home training anymore. It's like, oh, I wasn't aware that wasn't what you should do. Who were you raised by? Monkeys? They behave better than you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. It's like a bunch of untrained farm animals running around here, just shaking their finger, and they're not even right. It just don't make no sense. I've never seen where you can't even advocate in a tactful way and somebody is going to come and tell you,
well, you're just wrong. You're just wrong.
No, the person that's just wrong is you. There is a problem with you, and you need to take a look in the mirror with your wrong self. I would rather people be honest and authentic than to sit here and tell me wonderful things, because then I'm going to be suspicious, one, but it's just disgusting. I don't like this fake nice BS. If someone is going to be polite and nice, I'd rather it come from an authentic place. But if they're going to be a dick, I'd rather them just tell me they're a dick than to sit there and pretend that they're nice. I don't know what's wrong with people. It's like they call what is wrong right and what is right wrong. It don't make no sense. You just got a bunch of retards running around here just screaming and yelling about things that don't make sense, and then you're over here trying to be honest and tell the truth, and they're just like,
well, you just as wrong. You just as wrong. How dare you?
well, then go ahead and suffer in this world, because obviously all you are ignorant and you can't take any kind of constructive criticism, and you will never grow, you will never be intelligent, you will never be wise, you will never be any better. You will always be an ignorant, loudmouth, arrogant dummy that can't ever handle the truth. People drive me crazy. I don't know what their problem is. And I keep having to deal with this in certain situations, and it's like, what makes you think that this is right? And why are you looking at me crazy or treating me like I'm crazy because I'm basically telling you that you are wrong? You know, it's not right to sit there and cut off 6 inches off of a person's hair just because you're a spiteful witch. It's not right for you to sit there and charge me for a membership I haven't walked in on months and to make excuses why you can't do this, thus, and so. It's not right to sit there and try to make an extra $500 off of somebody fixing their door and then try to cover it up. What is wrong with people? They don't have no conscience no more. They don't have any integrity. They don't have any honesty anymore. Like, people make me want to drop kick them in the face. That's how angry they make me. And I don't want to get to that point because people are not worth it. But most of all, I would like people to start just being honest. And so what somebody does not like you? So what you are not praised for being honest? At least you're authentic. At least you are honest. At least you are not fake and stupid like the rest of these people over here advocating. Just as I said, there could be a murderer across the street and I'd say, look at this.
Well, how dare you bash this murderer? Who are you?
Okay, then go over there and be killed. Since you want to be a fool, feel free to come on over here and be killed by this man or woman. Are you dumb? It kills me. It kills me. I can't take it anymore with these people, how stupid they are. They're just plain dumb. Just plain ignorant and dumb. And then have the audacity, like, they are confident in their ignorance. That's what kills me. They are confident being ignorant and dumb. It just, I can't even. I can't even. So, I don't know if anybody else is experiencing this, but I can tell you I have had a gut full of people like this, and it ain't just been in one particular area. It's been in multiple places, and it's just getting worse. And it blows my mind. It just blows my mind. So, let me know if you've had these ridiculous occurrences with these ignorant people who have a God complex and have an ego bigger than Texas. Let me know if you do. But don't be out here being inauthentic, trying to kiss up to these people. I don't care what you think that they have that you benefit off of. I don't care if it's friendship. I don't care if it's money. I don't care if it is a job title. I don't care if it's a status. I don't care what it is. It is not worth your authenticity. It is not worth the truth. There are tactful ways to be and be that. But do not bite your tongue and not tell what needs to be told. Know when you're dealing with fools and you just need to walk away. But there are other times when you need to say something. Do not bite your tongue. There are too many stupid people out here who need to realize that they need some truth. They need to be told they're wrong. They need some constructive criticism. And it ain't all about telling them that they're wonderful. We live in this world, in this generation, where it's like they have some kind of delusional thinking that, they're wonderful and that you should just, pat their back and just, worship them and bring them grapes. I don't think so. Don't sacrifice your authenticity and your truth for idiots like that, because there is nothing they have that is more valuable than your true, authentic self. They are not worth it. Get as far away from those kinds of people as possible and find you some authentic people who will have your back and will advocate for you for the truth, instead of dealing with fools who just want to have something to say and open their big mouth and they're ignorant. Just know you live in a world where there is nothing but ignorance everywhere you go. It drives me up the wall what I have to see and deal with on a daily basis, no matter where I go. Trust me. Trust me.